Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among more than 30 people charged in connection with schemes involving illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the Mafia. That's according to officials, who also said Rozier is accused in participating in an illegal sports betting scheme using private insider NBA information.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of TATV. If it's your first time here, I hope you enjoy the video and I hope you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification before you go. If you're a returning subscriber, today I got some breaking news for you from the world of the NBA. Now it looks like the FBI had launched an investigation into illegal gambling, illegal poker games that were led by the Mafia. And subsequently, out of that investigation, we end up with Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. They got arrested today as part of that investigation into sports gambling. Now, Billups' arrest was part of a separate case that had to do with the poker that was ran by 4 of the 5 New York crime families. One of them being I think that it was the Gambino family, I do believe. Now, back in March 2023, Rozier had left the game saying that he had a foot injury, but he really didn't have an injury. What he was doing was, they had bets, and they said, well, if Rozier underperforms today, he's the underdog, you can bet on that, or if he's going to overperform. And people were betting on him to perform, and he would purposely underperform so he can rake in all the money. From what they're saying is after he pulled the scheme, he would then go back home and they would meet him at home and they would divvy up the money. That's riding. That is riding, man. You also got a former Cavaliers player, Damon Jones, and he was arrested stating that he provided inside info about these NBA games. We got FBI Director Kash Patel, and he spoke on it today. Let's go check him out and see what Kash Patel has to say about it.
I'm now going to turn the podium over to FBI Director Kash Patel.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era.
I'm going to stop it right there and make the correction. I said Gambino. I'm sorry. It may have been the Gambino also, but it was La Cosa Nostra. I'm sorry.
That needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear.
So I was right. Gambino was one of the crime families. I think that La Casa Nostra, I used to think that was a saying they had. What is it? This little thing we have. I guess that's a mutual thing amongst all the families, but the Gambino was one of them.
Hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Cosa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn.
Well, I'm going to stop it right there. As you can see from the way Cash Patel is talking, he's not playing. You know, I think it's despicable, man. Those guys already have money, and this is the perfect example of greed right here. This is greed, man. They already have money, and they're willing to take from you because you want to be rich, you know, or you want to take that chance and gamble, man. I've always felt like, or in recent times, that these NBA games, the football games and everything is rigged, man. You know, I don't know. Ain't nothing real no more. Ain't nothing what you think it is. You think you're betting and you think you got good odds and you may be able to win and change your own life and maybe your family's life. I don't know what reason you're betting for. But you got the players on the actual team and the coaches plotting behind the scenes along with crime families to make sure you don't lose and they rake in more dough. Man, tell me what you think about it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. It's despicable. That's my time. TATV. Guys, stay safe, man. And pay attention and keep your eyes open. Ain't nothing what it seems. Peace. I'm out.